anti-Semitic Amish and Mennonites? Sure, why not? I mean, they are Catholic after all, and the Catholics are founders of the replacement theology heresy that the church has replaced Israel. And of course, I've debunked that over and over again with the different studies that we have done. But I'm going to show you a couple articles here from the newspaper down in Pennsylvania where I was from, Lancaster County, you know, the famous Lancaster County Dutch, you know, and all this stuff, the Amish area, oldest Amish area in America. But here we have Lancaster, PA, New Era. Let's see, I don't know if the date's on this thing or not. Yes, Wednesday, March 4th, 2009. Okay, here we have Amish church faces ex-members lawsuit. This guy here, Daniel Stoltzfus of Kirkwood, my oldest brother and his wife used to live down in Kirkwood. I know right where that is, down below where I used to live. Claims he was shunned by the church after Amish members learned he was a born-again Christian who did business with a Jewish man. Huh? Over here, Stoltzfus alleges the actions were in response to his admitting to family members that he is a born-again Christian. He also had begun doing business with a Jewish businessman, which some church members found objectionable, Stoltzfus said. And I'll back this out so you can just kind of read it. I'll just kind of go down over here. If you want to pause it and just read this article. I'm hitting my screen here. According to the lawsuit. I'll let you just kind of pause this thing and read it. Of course, you can see the other side there. But the whole story is basically that this guy had borrowed money from this Amish aid organization, and they were, you know, he had borrowed like $300,000, you know, and he built this house, and he had his weld shop beside it, you know, the same property, you know, right beside his house. And he was there, and he got saved, and he started telling people, trying to witness to people. And you don't dare do that if you're Amish. You know, you don't want to witness for Jesus Christ. That's against the ordinance. But, you know, and so he started telling people he's born again. And then he made the horrible mistake of doing business with a Jewish man. You know, not, you know, hey, let's invite the Jew into the Amish cult, or I'm going to become Jewish, or something. Doing business with the guy. And that's enough to get the Amish to shun him and excommunicate him. And they basically said, you need to pay all your money back right now that we lent you, the Amish system. You know, those poor Amish that can lend out $300,000, you know, from their organization. They're just so poor. Poor things. You know, yeah. You need to pay it back right now. And he's like, I can't. And so they sold his property. And he has every right to sue them, by the way. He's not suing brethren. He's suing heretics, the Amish cult. But just, if that's not enough, let me show you another one here from the old Lancaster newspaper where I used to live. February 25th, 2007. Sunday News. Iran diary. With two nations on edge of conflict, a Christian delegation, they're not Christians, led by Mennonite Central Committee and friends, meets Muslim counterparts, goes where no Americans have been since the revolution, and has session with Iranian leader. Here you have these losers from the Mennonite Catholic Committee, Central Committee, excuse me. And it says here, see if I can get zoomed in here a little bit. The delegation includes representatives from 6 denominations, including the National Council of Churches, which represents another 30 denominations nationwide, and was sponsored by Mennonite Central Committee and the American Friends Service Committee, the Quakers, another cult. But there you have Ron Fleming of Akron, seated left, which Akron is the headquarters for Mennonite Central Committee. Seated left presents a handmade wall hanging to President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, of Iran, Saturday. You know, anyways, you can read the rest of it there. But, you know, hey, little Satanist that hates the Jewish people and the nation of Israel and publicly threatens them, internationally threatens them. We've made you a quilt. Excuse me? Let me show you a little video clip here quick, and just in case you haven't heard this, Ahmadinejad, I didn't like to say the little wicked devil's name, but Watch this video here to see what he thinks about Israel.
Taking aim once again at Israel in the United States, Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad repeated inflammatory comments that he made 3 years ago, saying Israel would soon disappear. Ahmadinejad first made the remarks in 2005, fueling international outrage and speculation that he was threatening the Jewish state with a nuclear weapon. But while speaking at a ceremony honoring the late founder of Iran's Islamic Republic, Ahmadinejad told an audience that, quote, this origin of corruption will soon be wiped off the earth's face. Ahmadinejad also called the U.S. a satanic power that, with God's will, would be annihilated. On Tuesday, Ahmadinejad arrived in Rome for a UN summit designed to help combat skyrocketing food prices worldwide. His attendance at the meeting was denounced by both Jewish leaders and a host of political and activist groups. John Belmont, The Associated Press.
So at the end of the video, he ends up going to Rome after he makes all these inflammatory remarks about Israel. We're going to destroy, we're going to wipe it off the earth and all this other stuff. And then he goes to Rome. How about that? Well, how about that? But that's okay because he has a nice little quilt to keep him warm from the nice Mennonite ladies that live in Lancaster County. I wonder what God thinks about that. These professing Christians, these Mammonites, and they're giving things and making things for the enemies of the nation of Israel. Pretty disgusting.